Hi, did you want to talk about Animal Crossing? Because I do. Right, so a few weeks ago, I think it was, let's double check because I don't want to be infactual. Yeah, 7th of June. Matt Pat from Game Theorists came up with the theory that our Animal Crossing character has clinical lycanthropy, which is basically you think that the people that you're seeing are, well, firstly, it's one of two things. You either believe that you are an animal or the people around you are animals, like they appear as animals to you, I think, which we can say is another form of like psychosis, hallucinations type thing. I am by no means an expert. I'm just going based on what little tiny bit of psychology I know. Fuck all. All right. That's one of the symptoms we've got. I don't want to say we, I want to disconnect from that. The character has, right? So we've got clinical lycanthropy. We're just taking Matt Pat's theory as fact for the minute. Let's just say yes, that's what's going on. What else is going on? Palilalia, which is basically saying the same shit over and over again. You know how when you fucking catch stuff and it's just like, oh, it's a sea bass, it's at least a C plus. Fuck you. So yeah, it's repeating your own words, which apparently common in a lot of things, but most common things that palilalia comes up in stuff like Tourette's, OCD, schizophrenia, Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, some personality disorders, and of course ASD, probably the most common. But yeah. What else? So we got the lycanthropy, palilalia, and what else did we say? I said they have, Matt Patton mentioned amnesia, which, we're going to take that as fact. I can't remember the exact reasons why we've got amnesia. We're just going, yeah, probably. It's plausible because there's no evidence of past, so we can't, even if you have played other games in the past. Yeah, that's weird because you know the animals, but they don't know you. So it's kind of weird. Yeah, I don't know. We're gonna say it's up there. And poor coordination. I don't know if it's just like my fault or Nintendo's fault. Like they purposely didn't put in like proper aiming stuff for like the slingshot or the fishing or the net. Like we're just always missing the bugs and the fucking fish and the presents. Like it's just like, why do you suck so much? But maybe it's just part of the condition. I put all these into like a symptom checker and it's not really, it's given me a ton of other diseases. Well, not diseases, conditions. But they're not really high enough percentage. So, yeah, I am thinking we're somewhere between autism and schizophrenia. Let's have a look at DSM-wise. 2 or more of the following for at least 1 month. So I'm going to assume yes. Delusions, yes. Well, we don't know about delusions, actually. Hallucinations, we're not sure. We're going by Matt Pat's lycanthropy as, yes, that is a hallucination plus disorganized speech. Negative symptoms. We don't know what's happening with the expression, but it remains the same the whole time. So I feel like that's part, I haven't read it yet, but I feel like that's part of schizophrenia, is having pretty much the same facial expressions the whole time, but also autism as well. So who knows? Maybe that's just me. I'm not sure. Diminished emotional expression. Yeah, they always have the same fucking face on. I'm repeating myself because it's probably the autism thing, the repetitive speech bullshit. Anyway, no depressive manic episodes concurrent with active. I don't know what that means. Schizoaffective disorder. Do I have to look these up? I can't be bothered. Look, if there's a history of autism spectrum disorder or communication disorder, the diagnosis of schizophrenia is only made if prominent delusions or hallucinations along with it. So, there you go. It could be fucking either or both. Disturbed sleep pattern. I don't know if the character sleeps. Like, you don't have to put it to bed. You can just let it sit in the kitchen on the table all day and night if you wanted to, and you can just catch fish all day and night. Like, you don't have to sleep. Anxiety and phobias, maybe spiders and wasps. But I feel like that's normal enough. Like, that's not really. Laughing in absence of a stimulus, you can. There's ability to just emote at nothing. So, yeah. Fucking feeling that surroundings aren't real. Well, surroundings aren't real, but lack of insight into disorder. Well, of course my character wouldn't fucking know. Social cognition deficits. Hostility and aggression. No, not really. So look, there's a good chance it probably is schizophrenia. Even though I have experience with autism, let's go into the actual. Oh, not autism speaks. Can fuck off. We'll try this psychiatry.org. Might be better to. No, don't save it. Oh, it was a PDF. Okay. Let's try this one. Let's see. Abnormal social approach, unusual social initiations. Not quite. So hang on. I want a better friggin' page because these are stupid. Okay. How do I actually see? These are all useless. I'm sorry, I'm wasting so much time. Fucking useless. I should have opened pages up and just let them there so I could just 6 or more items for 1, 2, and 3 with at least 2 from one of each. So, quality of impaired social interaction manifested by at least 2 of the following: a marked impairment in the use of multiple non-verbal behaviors such as eye gaze, facial expression, body. But I don't know what the facial expression is doing. So, failure to develop peer relations, appropriate developmental. Well, fuck. These are animals. We don't know. Lack of spontaneous seeking to share enjoyment, interest, or achievements with other people. Yes, we're always showing them our fucking fish. Well, we have the option to. We don't have to. Like, oh, look at me. Caught this bullshit. Lack of social or emotional reciprocity. Yeah. It's hard to tell in the game. Like, I can't definitely say yes. And then you have to pick one from the other two. So 2 and 3. Let's see. Qualitative impairments in communication as manifested by at least one of the following: delay or total lack of development. See, apart from the fish catching or whatever the fuck, whenever you grab something, or like just saying a standard, hey, what's going on? That's like the only questions we have for our villagers. Like, when they talk to us, we don't say anything else back. Like, there's no other dialogue. It's just like, hi. And then we go. You know, it's kind of weird. So I'm going to go yes with that. Individuals with adequate speech marked impairment in ability to initiate assist. Yeah, no, yeah, definitely. Repetitive use of language, yes. Definite. Lack of various spontaneous make-up play. Social imitative play appropriate to, yeah, I don't know. The character is like old enough to live by themselves, so let's just say they're at least 18, so we don't know. Restricted, repetitive, or stereotype patterns or behaviors, interests. So they've only got interests of fishing, wood chopping, collecting bugs, crafting. Yeah, I don't know. Sure. Accompanying preoccupation with one or more stereotype or restricted patterns that is abnormal or intent. Yeah, probably. Hey. Apparently inflexible adherence to specific non-function. Yeah, I don't know. Stereotype, repetitive motor mannerisms. Not obvious enough. Persistent preoccupations with parts or objects. Probably. We don't know. Like, there's not enough evidence to say whether it's autism or schizophrenia, but it could be either. So, yeah. And like, so the schizophrenia page basically said, hey, lots of autistics, not lots, that's my paraphrasing, autistics can have. So, it could be both. Because there's traits in both that are similar. Now, because of, we don't know, just our character doesn't have to sleep. So, it's leaning more towards schizophrenia for me. But again, it could be both. It really could be. I don't know, what are your thoughts on this? If you have any. I know that the whole mental health system is moving away from labels and diagnoses, but you know, I think when it comes to treatments and like access for things like, say, if you've got a government funded disability program or something and you need a diagnosis, it's good to have. Like, you shouldn't blame your shitty behaviors on your diagnosis. But if you're given one, you can do research and know maybe things you can do without a therapist's help to improve your challenges, I suppose. But yeah, because I used to be really, well, I still am kind of shitted off at the repetitive, bullshit. I call this fucking thing. Here's a shitty pun. Like, but heart-centered approach. It's hard skill to go from you're fucking annoying to actually maybe there's something actually wrong with you that's out of your control. This is like, okay, let's just, because I can like just, well, probably everyone can just like unfocus for a bit so I don't have to read it and then just like, because you can't really skip the dialogue. But just like, okay, I'm not as angry every time I see it, I suppose. It's It's not even a real person, my account. It's just a game. But yeah, just I think I just wanted to explore like what would cause a person all these weird behaviors, and yeah, it's just it. We're just our character just needs help. But they feel comfortable and they're seemingly thriving because they're able to make money and have a house and have friends. So even though they have all these challenges, they seem to be doing quite well, which is good. That's if this island is reality and not the whole island itself is a hallucination. Like, yeah, they could just be in a mental ward and this is what they're imagining their life as. They're going to into therapy group or something, pretending that they're fishing. I don't know. That's, well, I don't want to go down that rabbit hole. But like, assuming that what they're seeing, yeah, is real enough. Yeah. Who cares, man? They're having fun. They've got friends. They've got everything that really any human needs to thrive, I suppose, and feel good. Like, yeah. I'm just talking for no reason. And if you've come this far, thank you. Again, I've already mentioned I would love to hear your thoughts on this. You don't have to subscribe because I put out videos a handful of times a year when I can be bothered. So, yeah, cool. See you next time I feel like sharing my thoughts. All right.